Hello, good evening, and welcome to TC Network. I am Tingnay Tim Hokip bringing you today's news. Today's top stories include Manipur CM Biren to set up all-tribe panel to reconsider ST status for cookies. Mayday tries to delete Kuki Zo from scheduled tribe list by altering Lakur Committee Resolution of 1965. Army Commander Lieutenant General R.C. Tiwari visits CSOs in Churachandpur, Lamka. "605 new COVID cases recorded in India with 4 dead within 24 hours. News in details. Manipur witnessed fatal ethnic violence in 2023 that was triggered with a proposal to include the majority Meitei indigenous community in the scheduled tribe list. Now Manipur Chief Minister and Bharatiya Janata Party leader N. Biren Singh has informed that the state is considering setting up a panel to discuss the scheduled tribe status of Kukis in the state. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has said that an all-tribe committee would be formed to decide on whether the Chin Kuki community would remain on the scheduled tribe list of the state. According to an Indian Express report, Singh said on Tuesday, they were included in the list, but how it was included has to be re-examined. So before giving any comment, we have to form a committee consisting of all tribes. Then only will we be able to send a complete proposal for deletion or inclusion. Anything might be bad after the committee is formed. The statement comes in the wake of the letter forwarded by the Union Ministry of Tribal Affairs seeking the state government's view on the demand for deletion of the nomadic Chin Kuki community from Manipur's ST list. CM Singh, who also belongs to the Meitei community, was talking on the petition moved by Republican Party of India, Athawale, leader and forwarded by Centre, seeking ST status for Meitei community, while questioning the same for Kukis on ground of them being outsiders. Meitei leader Maheswar Thaunozam, who is the National Secretary of Republican Party of India, Athawale, sent a petition to the Union Ministry of Tribal Affairs seeking a review of the ST list in the state, claiming that the Kukis, including Jomis of Manipur, do not qualify for it on the ground that they are not original inhabitants of Manipur, claiming that it was an anomalous situation that the Kukis have ST status in Manipur while the Meiteis do not, Thaunozam said in his petition. Available historical records of authority and census data of the erstwhile British government of India and the Chaitharan Kumbhaba, Royal Chronicle of the Kings of Manipur, point out that the Kukis inhabiting in Manipur are all refugees or migrants. On the other hand, Meitei or Meitei are the descendants of the original tribes of Manipur. Kuki is a collective name of various tribes of Manipur and Chin is one of those. The Chin community people also share ethnicity with the Mizos of Mizoram and a section of the residents of neighboring Myanmar. Meiteis account for about 53% of Manipur's population and live mostly in the Imphal Valley, while tribals, which include Nagas and Kukis, constitute 40% and reside mainly in the hill districts. Manipur has 34 recognized tribes, including any Mizo, Lusai tribes, and any Kuki tribes. There has been an organized push since 2012 for the inclusion of the Meiteis in the ST list. The Union Tribal Affairs Ministry directed the Manipur government to examine a representation of the request for removal of the Kuki Zo from the scheduled tribe list in Manipur. A Meitei politician, Maheswar Thaunozam, National Secretary of the Republican Party of India, Athawale, submitted a petition for the removal of the Kuki Zo from the ST status, claiming that they are not the original inhabitants of Manipur. It is important to note that the state has witnessed a series of conflicts throughout the year with the Meitei groups desperately seeking inclusion in the ST list, although they have a royalty background. Additionally, the ethnic conflict between the Meitei and the Kuki Zo tribes in Manipur since May 2023 has created complexities around the issue of tribal classifications. This has marked the first representation advocating the exclusion of Kuki and Zomi tribes from ST lists, questioning their indigenous status. On December 26, 2023, the Union government responded by indicating that the process of inclusion and exclusion of groups from the scheduled tribe list requires to originate from the concerned state government. The ongoing conflict between Meitei and Kuki-Zo has claimed nearly 200 lives with more than 150 dead victims belonging to the Kuki-Zo, hundreds injured, and tens of thousands of people displaced. It is noted that Taunozam's representation relies on a Supreme Court judgment from January 2011, suggesting that all scheduled tribes shall be original inhabitants of India, and falsely claiming that the Kuki-Zo is not one. In response to this, the Union Tribal Affairs Ministry has urged the Manipur government to review the representation and provide its recommendations. The criteria for declaring communities as STs established by the local committee in 1965 include primitive traits, distinctive culture, geographical isolation, shyness of contact, and backwardness. Taunozam contends that certain entries in Manipur's ST list, such as any Mizo Lusai tribes, Jo, and any Kuki tribes, lack specificity and may allow for the inclusion of illegal immigrants and refugees. The representation raises concerns about the potential misuse of ambiguous tribe names, advocating for more precise identification of tribal committees. As Manipur struggles with identity-related conflicts, the study of ST classification adds a layer of complexity to the ongoing discussions on ethnic and tribal issues in the state. The Indigenous Tribal Leaders Forum made a press release today, strongly condemning steps taken up by the Meiteis to delete Kuki-Zo from the scheduled tribe list. The release reads, first, they try to become tribals like us. Then they use violence to kill and displace. Then they unleash a blitzkrieg of false propaganda to malign our name, and history went on to abuse the law by filing numerous police cases against those speaking up on behalf of our community. Now they are trying to erase our status as tribals. It is no secret that the state government in Manipur, controlled by the majority Meitei community, overtly and covertly supports the Meiteis in the current ethnic conflict. The communal Biren Singh administration has now opened a new front by pushing for the removal of the Kuki-Zo communities from India's scheduled tribe list. The press release further reads, the move started with a representation to the Union Ministry of Tribal Affairs by Maheswar Taunozam of the Republican Party of India, Athawale, demanding the removal of the Kuki-Zos from the ST list. The Chief Minister on January 9 said a committee will be formed to decide on the subject following a letter from the Tribal Affairs Ministry that asked for the state's view on the matter. This is a well-coordinated move by the state government and Meitei chauvinists, although removing a community from the ST list is no small task. The criteria used by Indian government to declare communities as STs were decided by the local committee in 1965. The Manipur government is now trying to push for changing the criteria in its attempt to displace and deprive Kuki-Zo tribals of their rights and their land. Also, the release further reads that any further attempts by Biren Singh to use the state machinery to target the Kuki-Zo community will only escalate the conflict, which will ultimately be detrimental to him and the state, added the release. As reported by the Indigenous Tribal Leaders Forum Media Cell, R.C. Tiwari, the Commander Lieutenant General of Eastern Command in Northeast, visited Lamka today to meet with leaders from the civil society organization. The attending organizations were Jo United, Indigenous Tribal Leaders Forum, Zomi Council Steering Committee, Zomi Student Federation, and Kuki Student Organization. It was only 9 days ago since Lieutenant General Tiwari stated that he was interested in hearing the struggle of the Kuki-Zo from their narrative, which the leaders from the CSO discussed with him the hardship faced by the people from the hills of Manipur. During this conference, the war in Moreh was first addressed as the Meitei commando named Nectar, allegedly led by Meitei militants dressed in army uniform to perform terrorist acts and constantly harass the innocent civilians of Moreh town. The Kuki-Zo leaders requested that their action has disturbed the stability of peace in Moreh for far too long and action should be taken to stop this state-sponsored terrorism. The Kukizol leaders requested Tiwari to withdraw the Meitei Commando as they were promoting internal terrorism in More. The leaders urged the commander to speed up their demand to separate administration as the hill and the valley are completely separated both geographically and demographically due to the failed state government. It is dangerous for both communities to live together again. The conference also addressed the problem with helicopter service as the available service is nowhere near sufficient. At the beginning of January, the students of Kukizo were facing problems with their matric and secondary examinations as the Manipur government's school boards has been unjust to tribal students' results for the past years. They urged Tiwari to find alternative ways for students to switch their school board from Manipur education and find possible solutions for schools to switch to center boards such as CBSC. The conference concluded with the leaders informing the commander about 14 Kukizo who are still missing. They seek assistance from him in recovering the missing Kukizo. They are believed to be victims of Meitei radicals during Manipur ethnic violence. As a custom and to show their appreciation and hope, the leaders of different organizations of Kukizo presented different traditional souls. For detailed information on the ethnic history of the Meitei and Kukizo in Manipur, the leaders also presented to Tiwari two important books called Inevitable Split and Manipur Mayhem. As sourced from the Times of India live COVID update, 250 cases of JN1 were reported in Maharashtra state, 199 cases from Karnataka, 148 from Kerala, 49 in Goa, 36 new cases from Gujarat, and 30 cases each from Andhra Pradesh and Rajasthan, 26 from Tamil Nadu and Telangana, 21 from Delhi, 3 from Odisha and 1 from Haryana. With 4 deaths within the past 24 hours, the Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare stated on Wednesday. Experts report that the recent daily peak in COVID cases is due to the emergence of a new variant called JN1 and the ongoing cold weather conditions. As of today, a total of 220.67 crore doses of COVID-19 vaccines have been administered in India. It is reported that scientists in the US have discovered a potential longer-lasting immunity against SARS-CoV-2 virus. On January 9, COVID-475 fresh cases were reported, witnessing a slight dip in the active cases. According to the Integrated Disease Surveillance Program, National Center for Disease Control, Thawar Chand Gehlot, the governor of Karnataka, tested positive on Tuesday. COVID cases start dipping. 475 fresh cases reported on January 9. India reported 475 fresh COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. While the number of active cases witnessed a slight dip, according to data from the Integrated Disease Surveillance Program, National Center for Disease Control on Tuesday morning. Karnataka Governor Thawar Chand Gehlot tested positive for COVID and he is currently under observation. All his programs and appointments are on hold, said the press release signed by Prabhu Sankar, Special Secretary to the Governor of Karnataka. Starting at 11 a.m. this morning, a sit-in protest was led by Indigenous Tribal Leaders Forum Wing, demanding separate administration for the Kuki-Zo in Manipur. The protest was held at the Wall of Remembrance located in Tuibong. Thousands of women from different locations in Churachandpur, Lamka gathered to pay tribute to the Kuki-Zo martyrs and demand a separate administration for the Kuki-Zo in Manipur. Reverend Dr. King of Independent Children Missionary from Andhra Pradesh gave a motivational speech to the protesters to find strength to keep fighting for their rights. Nemzahat from the Sangaikot Relief Camp gave a speech on behalf of the victims' families. The protesters shouted different slogans such as "Long live tribal unity," "Our political demands speed up," "We shall overcome." The protest lasted until 4 p.m. during which businesses and offices were closed, including the Deputy Commissioner's office. The sit-in protest has been going on since July 2023, and the ITLF Women Wings claim that they will continue this protest until their demands are met. For decades, the Kuki-Zo have been suffering under the Manipur government, and the injustice has become unbearable, say Kuki-Zo women leaders. Congress claimed on Wednesday that the Manipur government has declined to give permission to Rahul Gandhi to commence Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra from Imphal East district. The Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra was scheduled to begin on January 14 from Hakta Kangzeibung in the Imphal East district in Manipur. Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee President Kaysam Megachandra said the decision was unfortunate and violation of people's rights according to PTI. We met Chief Minister N. Biren Singh and sought permission for the venue of Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra at Hatta Kangzeibung in Imphal East district, from where the rally is scheduled to be flagged off. However, the Chief Minister has declined to permit the same. Kaysam Megachandra said. A critical law and order situation has prevailed in Manipur ever since ethnic violence broke out in the state in May 2023. The second leg of Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra is set to begin on January 14. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has said on Tuesday that the matter is under active consideration and a decision will be taken on it after receiving reports from security agencies. Addressing the reporters on the sidelines of an event, Biren Singh said the law and order situation in Manipur is very critical. When asked about giving permission to Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, a foot march of thousands, Biren Singh said giving permission to Rahul Gandhi's rally is under active consideration. We are taking reports from various security agencies. After receiving reports from them, we will take a concrete decision. Meanwhile, Congress General Secretary K.C. Venugopal has said that the Manipur government has asked for the center's approval. Congress National President Mallikarjun Kharge is scheduled to flag off the program in the presence of Chief Minister of Congress-ruled states and top leaders of the party. Commenting on the demands made by Biren Singh to the center to end the free movement regime, President of Rising People's Party, Joel Naga, said that the Chief Minister of Manipur, N. Biren Singh, cannot dictate the policy of Northeast. Joel Naga met the statesman in a recent interview with East Mozo. Joel said, Biren Singh has been very vocal about scrapping the FMR. Biren cannot dictate the policy of Northeast, and it is unbelievable that the central government is taking Singh policy at face value. The Chief Minister should have put his house in order in Manipur before and after the violence, said Joel, and added that it is because of Biren's communal policies that the violence has happened in Manipur. Biren dehumanized the whole Kuki-Zo people as illegal immigrants, opium and drug dealers, and it is the reason why violence has been continuing in Manipur for 8 months, said the RPP president. Joel said that he did not subscribe to Biren's statement that the illegal immigrants in Manipur are causing problems in the state. The chief minister is talking in terms of lakhs of illegal Kuki immigrants, which certainly is not possible, he added. The Kukis since 18th century have been serving the Manipur kings as soldiers and militias, and as such, all of a sudden in the 21st century blaming the Kukis as illegal immigrants is not viable, he added. Once the FMR is scrapped, there will be border fencing, he said, and added that the proposed fencing should be stopped because the fencing will tear families apart. The fencing will hurt the sentiments of the Nagas and peace will be shattered, said Joel. Regarding no official statement from the center to scrap the FMR, Joel said that the government probably knows that this is a dangerous move. If the government of India move ahead with policy to scrap the FMR, then as far as Nagaland is concerned, it will shatter the fragile peace which is already in place in the state since 1997, because this is a very emotional issue, he added. The government of India should be very wise, exercise its wisdom and ensure that the fragile peace which is in place in Nagaland should not be shattered because of Biren Singh policy, said Joel. Joel said, why would the Modi government backtrack its decision on action policy because Biren Singh said so? This is not acceptable. The RPP president further said that many people have families living across the border in Burma and they have been forming links with each other for the last 60 to 70 years and there have been free exchange of movement across the border. The KKL Blood Donors Club under Kuki Khanglai Lompi General Headquarters organized a voluntary blood donation program at District Hospital Blood Bank today. Member of the Matalambulan Youth Club donate blood in order to use as required in the hospital. KKL Blood Donors Club Chairman ST Tin Thang Hau Kip and Vice President of Matalambulan Youth Club Pauline Ngam overlooked the program and guide the donors. A total of 20 members donate blood today, and out of which 17 donors were members of the Matalambulan Youth Club. That includes 6 female and 11 male. Addressing the press on the sideline of the event, Vice President of the Matalambulan Youth Club said, as tensions and turmoil prevail all around, the club decided to donate blood instead of organizing a Grand Rising Day 2024. He also thanked members of the Matalambulan Youth Club for donating their precious blood. Any club or organization who is willing to donate blood can reach out to Kuki Khanglai Lompi Blood Donors Club anytime, said ST Tin Thang Hau Kip, Chairman of Kuki Khanglai Lompi Blood Donors Club. Light refreshment for the donors were borne by the Blood Bank District Hospital and Kuki Khanglai Lompi Blood Donors Club. The last ride of Lung Lau Say Kumang Lungdim, popularly known as LS Mangboy Lungdim, was performed today at S. Pai Pizang Village, Lamka. The program was attended by representatives of various Kuki-Zo civil society organizations, including the Kuki Inpi Manipur, Kuki Chief Association Lamka, Kuki Inpi Chorachandpur, Kuki Khanglai Lompi, Joint Artists Association, Kuki Students Organization Sisipur, Joint Philanthropic Organization, Kuki Women Organization for Human Rights, Kuki Songwriters, and many other civil society organizations. It may be mentioned that LS Mangboy Lungdim is one of the Kuki-Zo martyrs who had lost his life in May Day attack on the 31st of August 2023. Apart from being a popular songwriter among the Kuki-Zo, LS Mangboy had written more than 700 songs in Tado Kuki language. Apart from the representatives of various Kuki-Zo civil society organizations, many other religious leaders, including Pastor On Ho Hau Kip, Hol Humang Hau Kip, Chief of S. Pai Pizang Village, Pastor S. Amang Singson, ECA area pastor were also present in the program. In his speech, Pastor S. Amang consoled Hel-Hing, wife of LS Mangboy, and encouraged her to be positive in life and to rely on God for everything. Being a widow, she must not lose hope and fight the fight with all her might, along trusting in God, he added.
Amasain John Bungsom le Bunglina Kipanatupa John Bungsom le Bunglina Changkhana Konin Chang Thumnai Veltam Taina Simwa Inakitil Kona Hoding Kata Sane Nang Holung Kham Hi On Pathen Ta Sanun Kema Zonai Ta Sanun Kapai na Senai Nom Tam Taume Umlo Helena Zawa Kasai Tai Ding Ham Aziz Kema na Hoding Mun Sema Cheding Kahi Sulena Hoding Mun Sema Kachia Hile Kema Umna Achu Nang Hozong Nom Tena Ding Win Kema Hunkining Ting Kahinga Dinga Kong Kuiding Hibe Sting Le Petela First Peter Pakan Simdona to Gospel John Bungsom le Bungli Chang Hanakuna Chang Tumnahi Ting le Petel Khatna Hitin a Sajin Bungana Chang Sagina Nalung Khamna Zo Sip Ama Chunga Sep Havin Ayet Suama Nangho Aman Nakan Kodingo Agel Nai Nalung Khamna Zo Sip Ama Chunga Sep Havin Ayet Suama Nakan Kodingo Agel Nai Tihi Tuni in Supino Lingboy le Chati Hozo Sein Hitsi Tuhi Gela Nakilamon Zindio Katim Nomen Patinin Bible Chansim do Naucho Patinin Ataben No Lingboy le Insumite Chunga Patego Pio Lang
Boyzang Hau Kip, executive member of the Joint Artists Association, said that the association is always ready so long as required by the bereaved family and also bear the expenses in building a house for the widow. Taking part in the program, Ngainei Kim Hau Kip, president of the Kuki Women Organization for Human Rights, said, "It is time women should not be discouraged in time like this and not be heartbroken by the challenges we face. Being widow is considered one of the victories as they have to stand strong," she added. The Koto medical team expressed their gratitude to Street Providence, Goa for the donation of various medications and drugs for the people suffering from war today, the 10th of January. This program was made possible through the hard work of Haukulet Kipgen, 51 Saitu MLA. The team also expressed their gratitude to Haukulet Kipgen and family for their unending support and help since the 3rd of May 2023. The MLA and his family also distributed sleeping bags for the medical team who devotedly worked day and night for the people's welfare. Henhulin Kipgen, convener of the medical team, encouraged the MLA and his family to continue the good deeds for the sake of the people suffering during the war.
Bol kumsang ni le som ni deli ni ho in dunia ka sayu sleeping bed di diu ham hi dunia ngai lut zalin who Haukulet Kipgen honorable MLA 51 side to in dunia hi medical team ho asun azana yan the ha sa ana dam mo ho ki boy pi na chunga hi chi sleeping bed medical team ho achi wa nawa again thei now to so thei na diwa hi chi ai bi hi in tu ni in ama ho panpi nazal tam ta zala hi medical team ho jong sol nang kuma in ko ki mang hi jong le sol lo bangin kal hei thei win ye chun tu ni in ama ho le ama le ain sung mi te ho jong se chunga ngai lu zala ei panpi jing na banwa ki pa thu jong ka se win chiong le ki ho go ki ei panpi hi lo win tu ni ei panpi now hi atong atham ho gel kho na hi ipi agel kho na hi in ye chun malam hin ko azong pathinin ama le in sung mi te jong pathe bo jingin tin dam theina pui jing win tin mi pi adinga panala jing naw jong khut ki lo hel le tang lo hela panala jing ti win jong tu di in thaleng in jong ki pa thu sei na le tim na ka hin ye dunia hum ki polut lo ho hi Street Providence Organization Goa Kona ama ho ki loi khom na ho win dunia hi ati a gen the ha sat gali hin to na chung wa hi ichi ngai lu zala ki thopi na hin pi wa hi in tuni in ama ho chunga ki pa thui sevin aki loi khom na chung wa jong ki pa thui sevin chu jong le ade in tuni chana ki thopi na ichi ho imu the na di wa pan hin la jing achi sa pha na jong tam pi hin po lu pi ta win medical team hon jong tuni chana hi ama ho pan pi na zala tuni chana hi hungki thei theya mi pi gen the na ho hungki to the hi in tuni a hi chi lampi a hi lo le mu the na dinga in gon pi hi hingbunga hu Haukulet Kipgen 51 side to MLA le in sungmi te abon chawa mi pi ding gel kho na ji a tuni chana panahin la ji wa hi chi thil ho hi honglung hi ji in ama ho chunga jong ko tu thalhengin ki pa thu ka hin sein cheong le malama jong ngai lu na zala pan e la pi jing di win jong pan pi na nge na ka hin nei kit na hi.
The Young Vaipei Association General Headquarter District Administration, Churachandpur and Tunnu Engineering and Consultancy jointly visited 18 IDP camps which are under the supervision of YVA General Headquarter and organized a relief sport day at Saipum Ground yesterday. The closing ceremony was held at Don Bosco Higher Secondary Ground. Dharum Kumar, IAS, DC of Churachandpur, attended the program as the chief guest, and Samuel Sakum, program manager, RWUS, was the esteemed guest of honor. Chief guest Dharum Kumar in his speech appreciates the YVA for supervising the 18 IDP camps for over 8 months. The district administration has been supplying food and relief materials for the refugees, and all these are made possible with the help of the CSOs and the various philanthropic organizations, he said. The district administration will continue to render help until the refugees and the IDPs can go back to their homes. The main goal of the relief sport is to physically uplift the spirits of the inmates. Games such as volleyball, football were organized for the adults, and sack race, two-leg race, relay race, balloon breaking, water sports play, hopscotch game, and dance were conducted for the children.
In this difficult situation, we need leaders. In this difficult situation, we need public who trust the leaders. And it is not about leaders, it is about our need and our capability to stay together and work hard and find the light at the end of the dark tunnel. So we have all worked very hard at this situation, and I really want to appreciate this initiative taken by YBA to help children and even adults to express their skills and excel in sports also. And this initiative should continue for a long time. And always, again, thanks to God for giving us this opportunity. And hope is the only thing when there is a difficult time. Things will definitely improve, and we are all together in this. Thank you. Kipake.
That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.